Ah! Ow. Let's see. We'll see how this is gonna go. Anyway, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everyone doing? My throat's still not perfectly back, and I was very hesitant to want to play this game. I tried asking if people wanted to play Stardew Valley today, but nobody was available today. Nemi has I think Nemi was gonna go sleep early. Ling is busy with work on Saturday, for God's sakes. And Zyrek never responded. So, okay, I was like, I could play Age of Empires, but I'm like, do I really want to play Age of Empires today? And then I looked through the rest of my Steam library, and I'm like, yeah. Not many choices right now. I mean, there's tons of choices. That's not the true issue. The true issue is I don't have thumbnails for those choices. I haven't made them yet. It doesn't take that long to make a thumbnail, but on super short notice like that... Excuse me. I was not prepared to make a thumbnail for, like, shit, I don't know, Frostpunk or something, or... I mean, what the hell do I have on my Steam library? Let me look at here. Oh boy, what a great start. Let's see, the Elden Ring DLC isn't going to be out yet, not until, like, way later June. Shadows of the Erdtree! I could have played Hat in Time if I wanted to, but I've already beaten that game, and there's no point in playing that unless I want to try to go for 100%, which I can do on my own time. Hogwarts Legacy, we finished that already on stream. That was ages ago. Okay game. Difficulty doesn't even matter on that game. Hollow Knight, the only thing I didn't finish was Godmaster content. Omori? I have played Omori off stream before no, I'm sorry. We had played Omori as an uploaded series on the channel. It's the first thing I tried doing. To try and get used to the whole content creation thing. I beat the... I don't even remember what the Astro route name is called, but the only thing I haven't done is the Hikikomori route, which would be something I'd probably do off-stream. We've already done Ori and the Blind Forest, we've done Ori and the Will-o'-the-Wisp. I'm never playing Starbound on-stream, that's just ridiculous. I already mentioned that Stardew Valley people are busy. I've already played through Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero. We're already on a Terraria. We've gone through too much Terraria so far, so that's on the back burner. They Are Billions is an option, but I haven't made a thumbnail for that. Valheim would never play that on... Well, chances are I would never play that on stream. And there's just a whole host of other games in here too, like Battletech, the Assassin's Creed series up to Revelations. We played Celeste, but I cheated at the end. We played through all the Command & Conquers already. No point in going through that again. Until Mental Omega comes out with the next set of... what do you call it? The next set of, what do you call them? The expansion. Expansion? I don't even know what to call it. The forward campaign. That's what I'm trying to say. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. I'm dying here. There is another game series that I do actually have. It's all the Corpse Parties. I love Corpse Party as like an entire like franchise, but I haven't had a chance to... I never played all the games before. I've only watched like the original, I want to say like, what was it, like 2014 release? It might have even been earlier than that, to be completely honest with you. But I do have that. There's also Crab Champions, but I feel like that's a game you can just play on Twitch or something. We have Danganronpa, which is another one of the games is apparently like Ace Attorney, but I don't have, again, I don't have the, I don't have a thumbnail for that. Got Darkest Dungeon, don't have a thumbnail for that. Dead by Daylight, don't have a thumbnail for that. Dead Space 3, already played it. This guy 1, 2, and 5. I don't think that's a game I would ever want to play on stream, and there's a particular reason for that. They are long. They are ridiculously long. If you only play through the main story, yeah, you're not gonna run into that many issues with playing it. But man, if you try to go beyond the main story, you're looking at... It's not hours. It's not days. We're looking at months of trying to get to that point. A lot of off-stream grinding if I were to play that on-stream, I think. Got Doki Doki Literature Club, but, I mean, I've seen everything about it. I even have Doki Literature Club Plus, so, meh. There's Don't Starve Together, but that's literally better when you play with other people. I've got Duke Nukem 3D Megaton Edition, but I've gone through that game so many times in the past, I don't see a point to playing it now. I do have Skyrim, but that's a super duper duper long game, I feel like. And I think Zyrex said he wanted to give me mods for that. I also have Final Fantasy 12, but again, long game, right? Also, like I said, I never made thumbnails for it. I have Getting Over It, but I am never playing that. Not without a good reason. And the reason I said was 10,000 subscribers, or wait, no. What did I say? I think I said monetization on YouTube, and then I would play Getting Over It. And now there's another game from the same developer, I think. Some game that's hard about climbing. I don't know. I have Graveyard Keeper. I would love to play that too, but that's another game that doesn't have any voice acting. But it doesn't have as much talking as Ace Attorney does. There's always Hollow Cure to fall back on, but eh. Lethal Company, better of people. Magica, better of people. Monster Hunter Rise, not sure how I feel about the DRM stuff going on with all of Capcom games. Same with Monster Hunter World. I don't think I'm ever gonna play those games anymore. Like, I wish I could just, like, refund them at this point, because DRM is horrible, right? Really horrible. I have Prey, and I have Power Wash Simulator. Actually, I could have probably done some Power Wash simulations. I have Shovel Knight as well. Like, there's a lot of games I have in the good old Steam library that aren't Ace Attorney. But like I said, I don't have I never made thumbnails, so without the thumbnails, I just can't pick a game that quick. Hi, Bomb. How you doing? Shovel Knight. Yeah, Shovel Knight. I have Shovel Knight. It's a great game. Well, supposedly it's a great game. It costs $30, so it better be worth it. Anyway, we are here. We're back to Ace Attorney. Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. This man killed a guy. The professor killed a guy with a Chronosphere. But it's not really a Chronosphere. I don't remember the name of it, but I'm calling it a Chronosphere until I remember the name of it. And we are currently sitting in front of the device, I think. Gregson over here with the true line. How could you let Joan get shot by a castle? Okay. I don't know how that happened. For those of you wondering what that means, yesterday night we had an Age of Empires 2 stream. We were going through the Joan of Arc campaign. And I thought I was doing pretty good. You know, for being pretty much a novice at the game. Beginner at the game. I idiotically somehow managed to get Joan of Arc into the range of the second castle on one of the missions where you gotta destroy 3 castles. And I don't know how she managed to get targeted. But her HP evaporated. And I didn't notice until her HP was already one shot away from a castle killing her. I wasted an entire hour and I had to do another hour and a half to clear that mission. But at least I did it faster. But it doesn't make it any better than the fact I still lost Joan of Arc on a mission where she shouldn't have been in combat, technically, but I had her in combat. So I left her at home for the second attempt and just made an army, marched it out. What the hell? You are 1.5 hours too early. No, I'm not. Technically, I'm 4 hours late. Yeah, I'm 4 hours late when you think about it. Because normally, I have it set to start at like 1 p.m. is when I'm normally supposed to start this stream. On the weekend, at least. On the weekends. But on the weekdays, that's... 6:30's been normal. Nami, do you smell like gasoline today? Hi, Dandy. How you doing? No? Damn. Bye. Bye, Nemi. Nemi won't love me anymore. She doesn't want to love the cow. Alright, let's try to talk through the dialogue today. Wish my throat luck, dude. Wish my throat luck. Any old fool can see that this heap of scrap metal was a sham to begin with. But just because it says scientific equipment on the paper, we can't do a flaming thing with it. Too bad. Poor Gregsy. He's very head up, isn't he? Man, my sleep schedule has improved so bloody much recently. How? How? What'd you do? Tell us your secrets. Special dispensation. Dude, and now that I'm talking, and after those 2 sneezes, my throat is like Hey, I'm gonna have the most annoying mucus stuck in your throat, and you can't do anything about it. I just, slept more. Hey, you know what? That's fair enough. That's usually how you do it. What is that right that I'm seeing on my peripheral vision right now? Oh, because Discord is in the wrong spot. That's why. Remind me again, what's this new legal act that means we're not allowed to touch the scene here? What the heck? Are you having me at it, Sunshine? It's the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act. Okay? It happens to me all the time, stupid mucus. Dude, it sucks. I'm gonna blow my nose again, hold on. God, it's worse because I was sick, right? So of course my nose is gonna not backstab me. It's gonna front stab me. Yes, I think Hurley mentioned that recently with a real twinkle in his eye, as I remember. I'm sure he did, your ladyship. I'm sure he did. Passed especially for this great exhibition it was. All scientists have to do is present their ideas or inventions to some suits in the civil service, and if it gets rubber stamped, that's a guarantee of rights to maintain the invention's confidentiality. What does that really mean? Think about it. Think of all the world-changing new inventions on display every day at this exhibition. Although a good half of them are a load of cobblers, if you ask me, put forward by shammers like yourself. Damn. Was I the only one who thought everyone else wasn't real when I was little? Huh? Did you have ghost friends when you were little? Because I never had ghost friends. Actually, fun story about that. My mom really, really loved porcelain dolls, right? She had one. I was absolutely fucking terrified of it. Because it was just there, right? It didn't do anything. It wasn't haunted in any, capacity. But the moment I saw it at night, like if I went to go to the bathroom or something at night, or I had to go, get a glass of water or something, I was just absolutely terrified of it. It got to the point where I told my mom she needs to get rid of it. And I was a child, by the way. I was a literal child. I couldn't handle it there anymore. She had to get rid of it because of how scared I was and how much, I couldn't sleep. I blame horror films for making porcelain dolls absolutely scary, but literally, my mom was channeling her inner white woman to want to keep that doll. And she couldn't see how creepy it was. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's why I don't like porcelain dolls. The only doll I have in my room is the one that's right next to Zoe, which is this Louise, right? That's the only doll I have. The first night or two when this doll was in my room, I was afraid of it for some reason. I'm like, why am I afraid of my own, character? That doesn't make any sense. It's amazing what the mind does to you, right? It's amazing what the mind can do to you to fuck with you. In this case, it fucked with me with that. I feel the same way from dolls from the 1960s and 1980s from my mom's childhood. I swear to God, the doll that my mom got was probably from that era, but it had to have been more recent, I feel at least. But I don't remember because I just remembered there was a doll in the house, but I don't remember how it looked. Thankfully, she got rid of it, and I never, ever saw dolls in the house again. Thanks for that, Mr. Gregson. Oh, I love how absurd some of the inventions here are. It's all so fun. It might be fun to you, but a member of the Force has to be present in every single demonstration. Can you imagine, eh? Hang science, that's what I say. Hang science? You ever heard of Crash Bandicoot? Of course I have. It's like one of my favorite games from the PlayStation 1 era. Goddamn shame I never got to play it for myself in my own house. Oh, I don't think so. That sounds like my dream job. You'd soon think otherwise after spending a day guarding all these shammers' bogus contraptions. If they're all bogus, how can anyone hope to demonstrate them? There'd be no point. Yeah, well, there is a point, sadly. Sorry? Thanks to another of our government's bright ideas. If any theory or invention is deemed to show potential, the government hands out a research grant. The scientists get funding? Exactly. And that's what they're all after. All these shammers coming from far and wide to clog up Hyde Park. And who has to keep them all safe, eh? Who has to smile politely and welcome them? Us coppers, that's who. Oh, poor Gregson. Required to do his job. I don't think anyone knew what a Bandicoot was before those games. I sure as hell didn't even know a Bandicoot is a thing. So you can see why I say it now, can't ya? Hang science, hang it! Oh, maybe I can see your point. I swear, Gregson has something to complain about everything. Every little thing he complains about. Apparently, Professor Hairbrain lives and works in Germany now conducting his research. That's right, came back to Britain especially for the Great Exhibition, as I understand it. Probably after one of the government's research grants. Actually, we learned something else about the professor earlier today. About his time in further education. It turns out he was at a university with someone we both know. Lord Van Zeeks. What's that? That's news to me. But if Van Zeeks mans the prosecution, then as the accused, the professor's fate is sealed? Fuck yeah, science. Fuck yeah, science. Sealed because of the Reaper we're getting one way or another? Nah. Blimey, that man's beyond me. I don't know what goes on in that head of his. Talking of Van Zeeks, there's more in his paper around the story of him being attacked. Read that? Oh yes, but Mr. Reaper is completely fine. Nothing to worry about. Yes, right. Glad to hear it. Still, the Reaper, huh? How long's that business gonna keep up, I wonder? Until he dies. What the fuck, Nemi was here? Yeah, for a split minute. And then she just, like, poofed out. Nemi! 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 Where are you, Nemi? Seriously, where are you? She was, like, here, and then she's gone. You know, I still haven't figured out how to watch my streams on the phone app yet. Like, okay, it's weird. I go to the phone app, right? I go to my videos. It doesn't pop up at all under my videos. I go to the playlist that it exists, and it's like, okay, where's the... It's there in the playlist, but why is it not anywhere else? It doesn't make any sense. Like, I can give myself a party popper. Party popper. The mystery of the Reaper. The victim of this case, the investor, Mr. Asman, he was another of the Reaper's victims, or so I heard. Lord Barak von Zeeks is a top-class prosecutor, but even he can't always push the right verdict through. Sometimes justice can't win. Yes, I've heard about jurors being bribed and evidence being falsified. And that's how the notion of the Reaper of the Bailey came about, isn't it? Obviously, Scotland Yard suspected Van Zeeks initially. We all assumed he was taking matters into his own hands if he failed to seal the deal in court. Although the man himself denies that charge. Absolutely. Why would he ever accept that charge? Well, we've done a very thorough investigation. The conclusion we reached? is that Lord Van Zieks is in no way related to the deaths of those people outside the courtroom. There's no question in my mind. I'd stake my reputation on it, I would. But if that's true, then how do you explain it? All those defendants couldn't have just coincidentally died if nobody killed them. I know that, but I can't explain it. It's a mystery after all, isn't it? That's the whole point of the Reaper. Professor Harebrained mentioned something else. He's holding a cup of crisps. Why a cup? Because it's the late 1800s. There's no other way for him to hold a bunch of those chips. Crisps. He said that at university, Lord Van Zieks was a totally different person, easygoing and kind. You what? You what, mate? He said that it was after they both graduated that something happened to change the man. Do you have any idea what it was? No clue. Really? Look, I've got my hands full watching over this frustrating crime scene. Why don't you go and make a nuisance of yourself elsewhere, eh? Wow. Wow. This guy won't let me look around. Considering how badly damaged everything is, Professor Harebrained was lucky to escape unscathed, I say. How did he manage to get out of that, anyway? I feel like he should have, died to that. We should have a good look around the machine while we can, I think. Touch anything, I'll make sure I kill you before I get struck up myself. I won't touch a thing, I promise, so please, spare a thought for your digestion. Anyway, do you really think this machine could actually disassemble people like the professor claims? He asked, looking totally incredulous. Give it a rest, Sunshine. If we were allowed to examine all this bleeding scrap metal, maybe we could answer that question. But we can't, can we? Nope. Because of the annoying rules, you mean? Exactly! The annoying, obstructive, flaming rules! Oh. Look at the base of the machine there. Oh yes, there's a tool of some kind poking through the wire mesh. It's a screwdriver, I think. It looks like a letter A. Ah. Oh, isn't it a lovely one? The handle is in the shape of a capital letter A. The shape of a capital letter A. Ah. Is it? Oh, yes, you're right. What's the matter with you? Don't touch anything, I said. Touch anything and I'll make sure I kill you before I get strung up myself, I said. Yes, I understand, sorry. I only touched it a teeny weeny bit. But Grexy, I'm very curious about this screwdriver. Really very, very curious. Of course, your ladyship. You're so clever, your ladyship. Fancy spotting something like this. But I'm afraid I can't let you have it. But Bruno found it first. I assure you, I'll investigate it thoroughly. He's gone off with it. Damn. That was very mean. I'm afraid. Inspector Gregson is going to make a very clumsy and embarrassing mistake in next month's installment now. Oh my god. Poor Gregsy. Wow. He's gone. Can we look around a bit more? All sorts of strange buildings here in the Great Exhibition ground out there. Is that Russia? Why does this seem so funny to me? I mean, just take a thought for a moment. I have the makeshift Chronosphere in front of me. I'm calling it a Chronosphere because that's the only thing I can think of. And then I seem to have Russia over there on the left side. Unless that's supposed to be, what, Arabia? Wait, wait. Why does Arabia not sound like a country to me? Anyway, it looks like Russia over there, okay? That's what I'm saying. We're in the Mental Omega universe, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm good at any video game other than fucking platformers. I'm replaying the Crash Bandicoot series and the first game was hell. You want a good platformer? Play A Hat in Time. Great platformer. No, but no, seriously, play A Hat in Time. It's a really good platformer. It just feels like it's one of those platformers you feel like you have nostalgia for, even though you never played the damn game before. It's that good. I seem to remember something similar being exhibited in Japan one time. Oh, in your country, Reno? I do wish I could go and see it. I'd present a particularly steely samurai with the... Wait, what? I'd present a particularly steely samurai with the present, of one of Hurley's stories I've written especially. Steel Samurai? And see if I could get Hurley into a jam against some Bartitsu Master Ninjas. Oh my god, I can't say this stuff. You might not find as many of those sorts of people around as you think. Oh, well that's dull. Oh, but I do know a prosecutor for Chonmage Top Knot I could introduce you to. Oh god, a Sogi. A Chonmage? Chonmage? Really? Do you think I could have my picture taken with him, do you? Depends if he still has it. Assuming he's recovered from the trim Kazuma gave him a year ago, yes. What is that gigantic thing over there? It looks like an enormous water wheel. Good old Ferris wheels. Oh, that's a Ferris wheel. There'll be people riding inside those little cabins you can see. Why? Well, they rotate nice and slowly, so it's a wonderful way to see the surrounding scenery. Wait, it's turning, but it looks completely still. It does not look completely still to me. Yes, that's because it's turning so slowly. One complete revolution takes about a half an hour? God damn. If you were mad enough to go in one, it would be more fun to whiz around fast, don't you think? I feel as though you might have just invented a new sort of ride there, Runo. I'm not allowed to look around, I can't check anything. I guess we're just gonna move, I guess. Wait, do you have anything to say about that shit you took from me? Nope. Okay, then. Let's go down to the... I have no idea where I'm supposed to go. I guess just... Can I go anywhere else inside here, or am I stuck here? No, okay. Let's go back to the prison then, because I have no idea what to do. Bam, 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 bam. He's not here. Alright, let's go to the prosecutor's office. Maybe Mr. Van Zeeks might want to talk to me. Hey, buddy. Can we chat? Lord Van Zeeks? I think he's ignoring you, Runo. The prosecution and defense should avoid speaking outside of the courtroom as a rule. So if anyone is being rude here, it's most certainly the man in black there standing before us. Oh, I see. Well, thank you for settling the record straight. Did you see that? He spoke to me. So, Lord Van Zeeks, have you managed to visit the Great Exhibition yet? Come on, man. He's definitely ignoring you. Right. No niceties either, then. Damn. How about you? Oh, you're gone. Okay. Hey, Bats, you're back. But I'm not gonna poke you this time. Can we go back to the experimentation stage, or do we wind up top? Oh no, we're here. Hey! Do you have anything to say? No, I guess not. Do I have anything to present to you? No, I guess not. I have no idea what to do. There's really nothing I can do. Maybe there's like something I present to him that maybe I forgot to present something to him, I guess. I don't know. As a detective, what do you make of this? He don't care. As a detective, what do you make of this? Now I've apparently already shown him this stuff. Okay. So there's nothing I can present here. Let's go back to Shom's suite then, because I have nowhere else to go. Shomes? Shomes, are you here? Where the fuck is everybody? What am I missing? What am I missing? Legal consultancy, maybe? I need help. What do I do? I've already asked her. Can I present to you stuff? Have I already presented the stuff to you? Iris, have a look at this. That's not right. I thought you were supposed to say objection or the like when you present evidence. No, that's only in court. That's not fair. If you won't say it, then I won't look.
Objection!
Yay, that was great. Right, next. Alright, I get the message. Someone's not in the mood for looking at things. Are you gonna make me go through that again with the newspaper? No, I've already had her look at the newspaper. Okay. What the heck happened? There's literally nothing here. I never did see what Miss Suzada's room looks like. I could go in now, of course, but I don't dare. They say a young maiden's private chambers is a place of bittersweet secrets. Although, from the laughter I used to hear when you would visit, I imagine it's mainly sweet. Oh, we used to have such fun in Susie's room. She told me all sorts of interesting things about your country, you know. That's cute. But that's not what I'm looking for. Bloody hell, where do I go? I've already checked out Shom's suite. I haven't gone back to the Lord Chief Justice's office, so I guess maybe there's something there? Nope. Okay. Nobody at the prison, nobody at the prosecutor's office. Seriously, what am I doing, dude? Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bam. Bum 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 bum. Seriously, help. I've never felt so, like, lost today. This is a lost situation. Is it just me or is she unusually short? Who, Iris? That's because she's 11. See? I'm sorry, not 11, she's 10. She's 10 years old. So unless you're 10 years old, of course you're gonna be short. Yeah, she's 10. Yeah, so of course she's gonna be short. Don't worry, I'm skipping through this text because it's not that important. I don't know where to go though. I'm a little bit on the wait. What is that over there on the right side? You see that thing right there? That right there. That right there. What's that doing there? Ah, it looks as though somebody dropped something behind the tree just here. Dropped or hid? It kind of looks like a crossbow. What is this? Some part of the machine had exploded? Maybe. It could have fallen from the platform above in the blast, perhaps. What's going on here? Oh, nothing. I think I'll hang on to this just in case. The mysterious contraption has been entered into the court record. A very curious device found in a tree under the experimentation stage of the exhibition grounds, almost as if it had been hidden there deliberately. Interesting. It looks like a crossbow to me, though. A weird-ass crossbow of nothing for me to examine. Ah, there's some sort of lever here. Yep, I was right. It's a crossbow. What the? What is this? It looks like a cross between a bow and a gun. I think it's probably used for the same thing, too. Crossbow. Weapon found hidden behind a tree under the experimentation stage at the exhibition ground. It turns out that it's a folding crossbow. That's actually pretty dope. Wait, can I examine that some more, or do I have to, like, flip that again? It looks like you wind this around in order to draw the bowstring back and create tension. You must be able to fire arrows with a huge amount of force using this device then. Oh god, you have no idea. In fact, I would imagine it's far more accurate and powerful than the Japanese longbow. You have no idea. Ugh, I really had no idea what I was picking up when I spotted this at the exhibition grounds. Nope, not a fucking clue. Who would, though? Because it's steampunky, that's what it is. This groove here must be where the arrows are loaded, I suppose. So I was right, it's a sort of bow with an automatic firing mechanism. This would be perfect for someone like me who catches his ear with the bowstring 2 times out of 3. In fact, if I had one of these, maybe I could have beaten Cosmo in Kyoto archery training? No! That's cheating, Ryu! That's absolute cheatery. But that's also pretty freaking cool, though. I feel like it's an awful idea to present this to you, but I'm gonna. Gina, would you take a look? Oh, she took it and then gave it back to me. Thank you. She don't go. She have no idea. I sure as hell think it's not a good idea to go talk to frickin' Gregson with it. Gregson? Why do I keep calling him Gregson now? I feel like it's not a good idea to talk to Gregson with this thing, but I'm kind of out of ideas at this point. You don't care. Okay. Next choice, then. We go to the prison, because there's the only place I can think of at this point where maybe I have something. Nope. Okay. Naruhodo's legal consultancy. Iris, this is your kind of, like, thing. Nope. Okay, never mind.
Objection.
Maybe I'm not done at the... out there or something. I don't know. I'm just gonna go down the list, see if maybe somebody here wants to chat. Bam. We got the great prosecutor. He doesn't want to talk to me. I guess I'm not done out here then. What in the world else could I be searching for? Damn! The fuck is that? Oh look, what's this? A ripped piece of cloth. It's not like any fabric I've ever seen before. It's very thick and stiff. It looks extremely durable. Yeah, I wonder about that. It's canvas, I think, with some sort of rubber backing. And the edges appear to be a bit charred as well. Maybe that means it had something to do with the explosion. Let's make a note of it while Ginny's mid-yawn. A torn piece of canvas-like material backed with rubber that was found under the experimentation stage at the exhibition grounds. There are scorch marks at the edges. I guess that's it then. Cool. Reno, listen. What? What is it? I've been thinking. Hurley might know something, mightn't he? He might. About what? About Mr. Reaper. About what happened to Lord Van Zeeks, you mean? Because it sounds like something very significant occurred after you graduated from university. Something that completely changed his life. Maybe, but I have no idea where to find Mr. Sholmes at the moment. Especially because he's not that easy to find ever. He's in the middle of some big case, isn't he? Here, this is what you need. What is this? Some kind of entrance ticket? Madam Tuspells. Tuspells? Is this supposed to mean something to me? You don't know it? It's the most popular attraction in London at the moment. It's very close to Baker Street, actually. We could go now if you like. No, we don't have time for visiting attractions today, Iris. We have a big trial tomorrow. But that's where Hurley is. What? At at this popular London attraction? Yes. How is it that you know where he is? Early told me, but he told me to keep it a secret from you, Bruno. Madame Tuspels. I don't see how it could be related to the kiss we're investigating here, but then stranger things have happened. And when they happen, Mr. Sholmes is usually at the heart of them. Yeah. Madame Tuspels. A museum of interesting waxwork exhibits not far from Baker Street. It's become a very popular London attraction in recent years. What is it, like Body Worlds? But with wax? Madame Tuspel's Museum of Waxworks. Oh boy. But what is this place? Look at these terrifying scenes, but why are all the people so still? Guillotines, ruthless murderers. I know what I'll be dreaming about tonight. There's a horror movie based on these wax model stuff. Wax things. They're all wax models. They're amazingly realistic, aren't they? What do you think, Reno? Shocked? Wax models? I read about dead bodies and wax once in a magazine about strange phenomena. Again, a horror movie. And literally a horror movie setup. Depending on how corpses are kept after death, parts of them can turn to wax, apparently. Well, it's called, I have never heard of that word. Stop talking about creepy things like that, Reno. You're scaring me. Anyway, that doesn't form readily, you know. It's only in what? It's only in very specific... Ah! What now? I've just remembered something else I read in another magazine about strange phenomena. There was an old lady, maybe a witch, who used to pour molten wax over corpses and put them on display. None of the exhibits in here are real. They're all entirely man-made replicas. They can't be. Do you really expect me to believe that? Just look at them. Oh. There's no way anybody could make models of people that are this realistic. And they're all such gruesome scenes. Except for, Sholmes. Wait. What is it? Oh, no. I must be seeing things. Dude, I've never been to a wax museum, but I can't imagine ever being in one, ever. Never. That big, heavy curtain is in a very prominent position, isn't it? I have a nasty feeling there's going to be something truly terrifying behind it. Apegrixs is a waxy or greasy decomposition of human bodies, I'm pretty sure. Huh. So wait, I can be used as wax when I die? I can become a candle? Make me become a candle. Burn me. Please. Oh yes, that's the famous Tuspel special exhibit. It depicts one of England's most notorious killers. Do you want to pay the extra fee and have a look? Pay more money to be even more terrified? Oh, let me think about that for a moment. It was only a suggestion. Hopefully not. Damn. Those models are so well made. I can't tell what's a waxwork and what's a real human. Or maybe all of the exhibits are real people. And when it's closing time and all the visitors have gone home, they suddenly start moving about. Ugh. Just thinking about it makes me wish it was closing time already and I was on my way home. I swear to God, Rio is just terrified. You know, I'll deal with that one later. Sholmes, you can wait. Is Is this some infamous murderer? Yes, called Jane the Ripper. All her victims were young women. What the heck? I knew it. You can tell by the way she's holding that knife. Sure sign of a murderer. Well, yes. Ah! What's the matter, Runo? I've worked it out. I know what she's doing. She's trying to fill that bathtub with blood so she can have a soak in her victim's gore. That is... not according to the information about the exhibit on the little board here. Doesn't mention anything about the bathtub. Really? Sorry, I don't think it's significant. Sounds familiar? Maybe. I never heard of Jane the Ripper, though. I still think it has to be there for a reason. Nah. It is really cool, though, to see these kinds of things. I feel like this is a character you'd see straight out of this Gaia. Alright. Sholmes, what are you doing here? It's the great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes has his own wax statue in here? Really? I don't think it's a wax statue. Well, he is world famous after all. It's an uncanny resemblance, isn't it? It makes my skin crawl to look at it. I know! But look, Reno, you can kick this Hurley and he doesn't move a muscle. You can't go around kicking the... Oh my god. Oh my god. It's a pain. He got kicked in the shin by a 10-year-old. Can't go around kicking the exhibits, Iris. Wait. It just moved, I'm sure. And not just a little bit either. Really? Did it? And look closely. There are beads of sweat on the face of this waxwork model. Oh my god, that was great. Shall we move on, Iris? Over there, look, there's a great murder scene we would enjoy, much more appealing. My dear fellow, I take exception to your recoiling in such a manner, as if you'd seen something truly abhorrent. It's obviously the wax melting. Mr. Sholmes, I knew it. Iris, what possessed you? I strictly forbade you from divulging my temporary waxwork secret to Mr. Narhodo. Temporary waxwork? What do you mean? And that kick, could you not have exercised a little more restraint? You winded me. Fucking god. But Reno has something he needs to ask. A question. And I thought you'd probably be getting bored too. And so here we are. Well, I can't deny that your timing was impeccable. A mere 2 minutes more being stationary like that, and my great brain, upon which all my success has been built, would have turned to wax. Thank goodness we arrived in time. Indeed, in many ways, the pair of you just saved the world from an unimaginable loss. Dude, you're gonna turn old and die anyway. What's the world gonna do at that point, then? Oh, so you're like, what, 28 or something? 34. Oh, you got, like... I mean, how many more years do you have on you? Maybe like 60 more years, tops? Oh, Hurley, you do like to talk nonsense, don't you? You could know something, it's true, about Lord Van Zeeks and what happened in the past to change him. Hey, you're here. Let's take our time. How can I be of assistance? Well, you're in luck. I'm suddenly quite taken with the idea of conversing. Oh, well, actually, I'm in quite a hurry. And if my eyes don't deceive me, I believe something is afoot within the walls of this very museum. A most fascinating case, if I'm not mistaken. Really? Moreover, I have a strong suspicion that it is related to the matter about which you've come to me now. But how could it be? We shall speak again presently, my dear fellow, but for now I must return to my work. What? Back to being a temporary waxwork exhibit? Why? Are you gonna talk? What is this place? Madame Tussbells came to London from France 3 years ago, I understand. Since she opened this little waxwork museum last year, it's enjoyed a great popularity in London. There are museums like this in Japan too, but these displays are something else. I mean, they aren't made from actual real people, are they? The extreme realism of these waxwork models is a particular secret of the Tussbells family, they say. They earned renown during the French Revolution for waxworks of victims of the guillotine. What? That sounds grim. The gruesome scenes were portrayed with such realism in the expressions of the faces of the condemned. Apparently, the sculptors would make the models directly from the corpses right there at the site of the executions. Damn! That really turns my stomach. I'm just shocked and appalled to hear that one. That's just one of several legends about the Tussbells family. Whether there's any truth in it, I couldn't say. But anyway, this museum houses models of famous people from all over the globe. Nevertheless, the most popular area of the museum by quite some margin is this House of Horrors. House of Horrors? Of course, visitor numbers are dwindling now as a result of the Great Exhibition, but people usually flock here to see the exhibits of some of London's most vile criminals at their gruesome work. Didn't France use the guillotines until the 1980s? That part I'm not sure about. I don't really think it matters, though, to be completely fair. I feel like it's one of those things that, like... I mean, there's always going to be a death penalty, let's face it. It's just that the guillotine was, like... This brings up an interesting question. The guillotine was probably, like, maybe the least... Was it least painful or most painful? It's not like we can ask the people who went through the guillotine to tell us that. We can only assume it was painless, right? Because it was instant, more or less. But I also don't remember if there was actually any stories about, like, the blades not doing their job. Never really looked too far into it, you know? Better than the fucking electric chair. Naturally, most of the miscreants portrayed here were sent to the gallows, so they're even stiffer now than the models of them. Oh my god, that was such a joke in poor taste. Have you heard of poor Man. Oh, man. The blade was too rusty? Okay, that comes with the problem of blood. If I'm remembering correctly, I think swords had an issue back then. I'm talking about sword fights, alright? Actual, like, honest to God, you're killing someone with a sword, right? I think they said after, like, 3, 4, maybe, like, 6 max sword kills, your blade becomes unusable because it's soaked in too much blood at that point. So without the proper maintenance, your sword is essentially dulled out. Plus, also consider blood is iron. So, of course, a blade is gonna rust in the iron, right? Plus, whatever else is in blood. I don't remember what else was in blood. Getting a tinnitus shot with this one. Oh, boy. My dear fellow, the public live for poor taste. They yearn to be shocked. Man. Do you think do you think Mr. Sholmes would be a great VTuber? So, the hideous exhibits in here are... They're all portrayals of real events that actually took place. Is it just me, or did the temperature in here just seem to drop? Only you, Ryu. Anyway, I advise you not to think too deeply about what you see here. Oh, he's back to being a waxwork, is he? What do you mean by a temporary waxwork, Mr. Sholmes? Exactly what you see. I'm part of the exhibits here, catching these criminals in the act. Catching them? Every half an hour I home in on a different killer in one of the displays and adopt a new pose to ensnare him. When members of the public come for a closer look, I offer them my hand to shake. For a shilling, I'd happily allow them to take a photograph of us. Us? Does he mean him and the waxwork murderers in here? But why, Mr. Sholmes? My dear fellow, isn't it obvious? For the money! He really roared at me there. Very fitting in the House of Horrors. As it stands, I may struggle to pay this month's rent, and I have the ravenous iris to consider. Oh, Hurley, I'm so hungry. If push comes to shove, I shall have to ask you to do your bit, Mr. Naruhodo. What's he threatening to rope me and do now? So, with that in mind, how about a photograph? As a special treat, you may have your pick of the murderers and scoundrels in here. The choice is yours. Maybe some other time. Remember, Mr. Naruhodo, ignore me at your own peril. Back to being a waxwork again. Is it just me, or did his final remark there sound like a lot like a curse? It was a curse, man. He is trying to kill you. Well, what is it you'd like to ask me then? Actually, it's about Lord Van Zeeks. Ah, our friend Mr. Reaper. How did you find him? Well, I trust. Oh good, we don't have to tell him the entire story. And so I filled Mr. Sholmes in about everything I'd learnt. About Lord Van Zeeks, about Professor Hairbrain, and about the strange coincidence that they had been at the university together. So I'm wondering what it was that happened to make Lord Van Zeek such a different person. I was sure that you'd know, Hurley. Oh boy, he doesn't want to answer this, I think. He said there was something going on in here in this exhibit hall before, that something was afoot, and that you believed it was related to what I wanted to ask you about. Mr. Sholmes? He suddenly clammed up. Well, it seems we've reached the unavoidable greetings. Who the cool girl? Oh, hello. Where did she appear from? And what's she wearing? Could she look any more mysterious? She's pretty. I hope you are appreciating my museum. Sorry, have we... Mr. Sholmes, do you know... Not again! My apologies. I am Esmeralda Tuspells. This is my museum of waxwork. She's cute. What? You're the Madame Tuspells? I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Though only 26 years young, I might... 26 years young?! I just realized if a blade rusts after 6 kills, then anime is always gonna be pushing the dialogue or something. Wait, I'm actually curious now, because I remember reading about this sometime. How many kills does it take for a sword to rust? I think I needed to go to Reddit for this one or something. Now I don't know where I found it. Yeah, I can't find that information now. Not the best thing to have in your search history. Oh, please. It's just a sword. Who cares? Though, is that significant somehow? I'm a madam in name only. It adds a certain je ne sais quoi. Yeah, that's the only word I know that I can say, no problem. Phrase. Right. Firstly, I must apologize for my waxworks, or rather, one waxwork in particular. How do we Mr. Sholmes, then? I was led to believe he was a great detective, but he seems unable to settle. Holy crap. Next time you move from your designated exhibit, there will be toil and trouble. Not only is she pretty, but she's also hot, and she's also smoking. That's steam. She sounds deadly serious. That's a problem. How am I supposed to ask Mr. Sholmes about Lord Van Zeeks now? Yeah, I think people made up present-day Britain with the 1700s Britain. Meh. Let's not forget what Hurley said before, about something being afoot right here in the museum, I mean. Yes, I know, but I'm so curious. I want to know what's happening here. We got enough on our plate already. You're very cute. Hi. Did you make all these waxworks, Madam Two Spells? I did. I am the third generation of waxwork artisans, you know. Gosh! It was my grandmother who began the tradition in my family. Her fortunes were checkered, living through the turbulent times of the French Revolution as she did. Though that is, when she acquired the savoir-faire that leads to the astonishing life-likeness. Savoir-faire? I've seen videos that are like average British Street Fighters and it's sword duels. I've never seen anyone duel with a sword before. Maybe like a machete, but that's not a duel, that's a massacre. That's a massacre waiting to happen, rather. All these waxworks really do look as though they're alive. In fact, they look more alive than Hurley. What you see exhibited here represents the most atrocious of London's criminal past. All the waxworks were created in the presence of the real people on which they are modeled, in the hours immediately following their executions. That is the secret to the extraordinary life-likeness. How have they not melted, though? That sounds terrifying. All walks of life have similar challenges, I'm sure. To carry out one's trade par excellence, one must go to extraordinary lengths. My exhibits are a reflection of society. I create only what which the public wishes to see. Why couldn't the public have wished for something less horrifying? Because it's the public. Do not fear. Sorry? This room is the only one in the museum with such a macabre... I can't fucking say words anymore. I do hope you explore. There are models of famous singers, actors, politicians, something for every taste, I hope. It was Iris who dragged me straight in here, come to think of it. Sorry, perhaps I should have eased you into things. The Great Detective Waxwork. What's the situation with that? Ah, my temporary waxwork model? He approached me some days ago, you see. The business proposal. Oh, what sort of proposal? My dear madam, what these sparse exhibits need is the addition of a world-famous great detective. My god. I met some Americans who say I thought Brits were fancy and talked super pretentious. I really hope they were joking. Oh god, no. They were not joking if they said that. And the reason I know they're not joking is because, I've heard it all before. Oh, yeah, I've heard a lot of that before. It's, Interesting. It's interesting that they say that. It also comes from a, like, they don't understand that, because all they got were, like, the only thing they know about Britain, or Brits, is, whatever they saw on TV, you know? Or jokes. Or words to that effect. Naturally, I am well aware that Mr. Sholmes is widely known in London as a talented detective. It's great detective, actually. He's very specific about it. Yes, the creme de la creme, so I was keen to come to some arrangement for him, of course. But sadly, we were unable to agree terms. Let me guess, someone wanted to charge an exorbitant price for his services. For a mere £500, I would dive into your cauldron of wax this very moment. Or words to that effect. Mr. Sholmes might have overdone it slightly with the sales pitch. Regrettably, the museum has a shortage of funds at the moment due to unforeseen circumstances. 26. Oh my god, she winks in the photo. The proprietress of the Madame Tussbell's Museum of Waxwork and the latest in line of artisans privy to the secret Tussbell's technique of capturing a perfect likeness. Why is she so cute, man? And why can't I hide the screen? That's not what I wanted to do. I don't want to push the auto button. Regrettably, the museum has a shortage of funds at the moment due to unforeseen circumstances, so we came to the current arrangement instead. Surely he doesn't really need to do what he's doing, though, does he? I would think not, but he was very insistent. I have a 50 shilling problem that must be resolved by the morning. Or words to that effect. It's the pawnbroker, that's what it is. He must have something to redeem. Is the consulting detective not going so well? He must be close to bankrupting. What in the world is Zoe doing? Hold on. Unlock the cat camera for a second. What are you doing, Zoe? She's apparently resting her head on the edge of the cat bed. But I see her head is like up against the light. Not light, sorry, the boom arm that I have. I wonder, could I ask you something? Bien, sir. I can't pronounce that. I'm just curious, is anything going on in the museum at the moment? Some kind of incident, perhaps? Whoever suggested such a thing to you? Oh, well, it was your temporary waxwork over there who mentioned it to me a little. He's gone. Oh, he's disappeared. A wax model is a work of art, not some tawdry object for trade. Ah. There you are. Leaving the exhibit again when you should be working. Do you wish to be melted down? Damn, girl. I have a couple of advantages in Britain, not gonna lie. Well, like, I usually, when games are in beta, I'm able to play them, but usually they aren't out in the Americas. That's because of the time difference. That's the only reason. My dear Madame Tussbell, save your reprimands. There are more pressing concerns. The wax can wait. It's our ideas about your current problem we must throw into the melting pot instead. Personally, I would advise you not to involve the police. Why ever not? She's turned as white as a sheet. She's still cute, though. Not like I have time. Fair. Because you have at your disposal a great detective whose services you may employ for a mere 50 shillings. Though please be aware that I prefer... No, I insist upon payment in advance. Very well. Let us see if the great detective is able to live up to his name, shall we? Before I engage my analytical processes, I must ask you to clarify something. What, pray, is behind the curtain? That is the Tuspel special exhibit. There's an extra charge to see it. Ah, the special exhibit in the House of Horrors. It must have picked a special serial killer then, I imagine. Or a special killer then, I presume. Would you be so kind as to draw back the curtain, I wonder? Ah, absolute none. I have... French? There is nothing amiss behind there. Nothing amiss, madam. What about the arm protruding ominously from under the curtain? I mean, that thing was so obvious, though. I strongly encourage you to allow me to see what lies beyond before the situation worsens. Yes, very well. I will draw back the curtains, but only as SoupCon. Huh? Huh? I must confess, I peeked behind the curtain earlier. Tuspel's special exhibit is a very bleak graveyard scene indeed. Yet, somewhat surprisingly, the waxwork killer one would expect is nowhere to be seen. What does strike one, however, is the portly gentleman lying peacefully on his back on the floor. Did he die of, like, fear? Oh, well, then perhaps, Mr. Sholmes, that man on the floor is the ruthless killer himself. I'm afraid not, my dear fellow. He's a perfectly ordinary London gentleman, not even a waxwork, in fact. What? As skillfully made as these waxworks are, they are always distinguishable from real humans. Oh, allow me to present my two conclusions. The first is that a sizable business transaction had been taking place in this special exhibit. Why would you say that? And the second is that the aforementioned transaction is linked to a serious crime. She looks as pale as candle wax, but why? I don't understand. So, Madame Tuspels, as you've agreed to my fee, you shall now have the pleasure of seeing this famously great detective and temporary exhibit at work. I didn't think I was going to be going into one of these great deductions, but okay. What do we got today? Waxworks. Fate. To begin with, we must ask ourselves what exactly is afoot here in this museum. The answer is revealed by the bundle of banknotes protruding so helpfully from your bag. In my estimation, some 200 pounds. That is all my own money. So what does this large sum of money reveal? Ah, not as much as the involuntary glance you cast, it would seem, Madame Tuspels. Yes, the answer lies where your eyes now fall. Huh? The significance of the 200 pounds is revealed by the public notice. Nope. I would love for him to just get this all right the first time. Waxwork for sale. Your business was has hit hard times, it would seem. In short, you sold the infamous killer, the centerpiece of your special exhibit, for the sum of 200 pounds. None. Now, let us explore the next curiosity which we are presented. Who is the portly gentleman stretched out so peacefully on the floor? It would appear the man has suffered a severe shock, the cause of which is clearly known to you. Unfortunately, madam, keeping secrets does not appear to be your forte. What dealt the man such a shocking blow was, of course, the 200 pounds. No? It would appear that you twisted this gentleman around your little finger most effectively. What do you suggest? And she has a ponytail. I just noticed that. A really long ponytail. He rashly agreed to purchase the waxwork for the sum of 200 pounds. Only when he came to hand the money over did it occur to him what an extortionate amount he was paying. But the money was no longer in his hands. The result, the scene we see before us, he collapsed in shock. Yeah, collapse in shock after paying 200 pounds. Can I have another 200 pounds from your body that's just sitting there now? Thanks. Yes, the killer in this special exhibit fetched the killer price. You can only pray that the gentleman's dreams are not plagued with regret. Sold for cash. Cash! The waxwork location, though. The question that arises then is what has become of the waxwork that changed hands? Let us consider that problem for a moment. You cannot possibly... Almost done, nice. I'm almost done with the investigation part, I think. Though I haven't really learned anything. What immediately strikes me about this conundrum is the young man standing over there. Who is this fellow? To find the answer, we need only observe. His neckerchief. Such as is worn by police is a secret sign to fellow members of the force that a crime is being perpetrated. Yes, this young man is an undercover policeman currently investigating this museum. I know him well, in fact. It's Sergeant John Clay. What are you talking about? The man's quite a celebrity. He received triple accolades at last year's policing awards. But next we turn our attention to the old man set before him with that particularly unsightly visage. I've been watching closely and he hasn't moved a muscle. Almost, in fact, as if he were waxwork. Huh? But your reaction only confirms my suspicions, madame. I noticed it once, of course. Observe. The telltale sign that instantly proves whether or not this old man is a waxwork is the obvious price tag. Why does he have a price tag? Why is that a price tag? Is the scarf a price tag? Why? 3 pence? A tragically low price, you might say. Though perhaps the going rate for aging waxworks riddled with cracks. And yet you sold it to the portly gentleman for an exorbitant 200 pounds. The sort of plucky behavior that's sure to attract the attention of Scotland Yard. Isn't that so, madam? I do not. Yes, the waxwork you sold has already been seized by the police and remains in their custody as we speak. The old man must be reunited with his grave in the special exhibit and not a moment too soon. I don't understand where Sholmes is going with this. Waxwork location discovered already? Okay. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this horrifying puzzle. Huh. She's got the fucking she's got the hot wax ready. I see I've stunned you all into silence. Oh my god. You have, Hurley, you have. And you've obviously upset this young lady in the process. Her cauldron looks awfully hot. I want to drink it. It's the forbidden drink. If I could just bring up one point, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, the notorious Naruhodo 1 point. I'm all ears, my dear fellow. According to your deduction, then, the special exhibit featured this old policeman. So, that would mean that he's the particularly ruthless murderer, wouldn't it? The killer policeman, Ottermole. Sorry? It was a mysterious series of murders that rattled the capital only last year. The police rushed to the scene every time, only to find the culprit had disappeared into the ether. And it turned out the culprit was a policeman himself, a senior officer by the name of Ottermole. So you mean that's who the sinister-looking old man there is supposed to be? Wow. Indeed. It is a particularly grim face, is it not? Unforgettable. In fact, yes, I remember that odious contentment only too well. But is only 200 pounds a lot of money for a wax model? be enough to afford one of the latest steam carriages, if that puts things in perspective. So it is quite a lot then. Is there anything else you wish to add before I melt you down? That bubbling wax is looking more and more ominous. The smell of all that molten wax is starting to worry me. Mr. Sholmes did more or less just accuse her to her face, so I think I might have to call on your assistance here, Iris. That's alright. To make some minor corrections to the great detective's great deductions. Shit deductions. Melted cheese? Shit, I'd probably want to have some of that. Of course it's alright. We're seeing set things straight. Well, let's get started then, shall we? Before Madame Tussbell vents her anger. Hot wax. Just what I was waiting to hear, my dear fellow. So, Madame Tussbell, in accordance with our agreement, you shall now have the pleasure of seeing this famously great detective and temporary exhibit at work. Course correction! Where the hell are we going there with this one? I have no idea. Good thing I don't have to repeat a lot of the dialogue here. Until I start getting to the problems. Okay, so we know it's not the, bat. It's not the stupid notice. She definitely looked in this direction, it's true. But I'm not sure she'd sell any of her waxworks, even for 200 pounds. Oh? She must pour her heart and soul into making them, don't you think? Over and above the wax. If it were me, I wouldn't sell them for anything. For that much money, I would, but it sounds like that makes me a bad person. Well, anyway, I wonder if 200 pounds could have some other significance. Let's follow that further glance again and see if there's anything else that could explain it. What the fuck is that? What's that note doing pinned on the wall here? There. Oh yes, let's see. Dear Madame Tussbells, we've taken the prisoner from this room. The price for his safe return is 200 pounds. What the hell? Damn. Well, very sudden art style change? Oh, you mean these two? Yeah, they do. For this specific part, they do that. Have the money ready by noon on 23rd October. What? It's just like the sort of thing that's left behind when someone is kidnapped. Yes, it's a ransom note. Exactly. Ransom note. So that's probably why. And probably this portly man is like the dude. I don't know. I have no idea. It's the ransom note, though. The significance of the 200 pounds is revealed by that ransom note. Quite so. We must congratulate these criminals on their inventiveness, abducting a waxwork. 200 pounds is no small ransom fee, yet you clearly intend to pay it. The model in question has special importance, so I put together all the money I have. All of it? In summary, then, the 200 pounds you have in your handbag is ransom money. Now, let us explore the next curiosity with which we are presented. That guy. Ah, fuck him. I'm not paying 200 pounds for him. Who is the portly gentleman stretched out so peacefully on the floor? It would appear the man has suffered a severe shock. You guys hear that out there? You don't hear it, but I hear it. That's really fucking loud. Dead man, come alive. I bet you he's just sleeping or something. Who knows? The cause of which is clearly known to you. Unfortunately, madam, keeping secrets does not appear to be your forte. It's not the banknotes, though. So, if the waxwork was kidnapped, where's that leave us in terms of who this man is? You just ask him when he comes round. I think the point of this exercise is to understand the beauty of the deduction process, Iris. Yes, you're right. Hurley's trying so hard. We mustn't let him down. Well, there's little doubt that he suffered a shock. That's much as clear. Man, do you actually hear that on the mic? Sometimes you hear it on the mic. I don't know, if something is going on outside that's loud as hell, and sometimes the mic is picking it up, but I'm hearing it at full force. And it's spooking my cat a bit, too. Zoe, don't get spooked out. But in that case, what's Madame Tussbell's trying to hide? Let's have a closer look around. I get a full 360-degree look at Madame Tussbell's. Look at this woman. She's so fucking cute. Everything about her is cute. Look at her. Look at how cute she is. Why is she so damn cute? Okay, what was she looking at then? Was she looking at something over there? Or does she actually have something that she's hiding? What the fuck? What? Well, yeah, okay. I want to point something out here. I saw this hand popping out from this angle, right? And I'm thinking to myself, that's probably her hand. And now that I'm actually getting a closer look at what I'm looking at here, that is not her hand. What the hell is that? What is that? This is Madame Tussbell's right hand, isn't it? Yes, it must be. I can clearly see her left hand after all. Oh, but wait a minute. This is a left hand as well. Don't say such creepy things, Iris, please. And it seems very stiff, too. In fact, it's really hard. You mean it's made of wax? What's she doing with the hand, dude? It's gotta be it, right? It is! What the hell is she doing with that? What dealt the man such a shocking blow, of course, was the waxwork hand. Super off topic, but one time I went to a hotel and the refrigerator sucked, so I had to put drinks next to the ice top part. Just woke up in the morning, the water bottles became glass. Hey, congratulations, you discovered a new way to make glass. You know, for me though, I don't go to hotels. I think the last time I've ever been to a hotel was like, maybe when I was 16, 17 maybe. That's like the only time I remember going to a hotel. Except very cold. Did you ever get to drink that water? Or whatever you put in the fridge? And no? Damn. Well, make sure you drink some water now. How is it still frozen? How long ago has that been? I don't think it's even ice anymore. Fun fact. Depending on how much pressure you have for water, it can actually form this thing called Ice 9. I think that's what it's called. I think only what they told me or what I remember reading about on a YouTube video was Ice 9 only happens on super Earths that are like water planets. Because if you go deep enough in the oceans, because we don't have that. Our ocean's not deep enough. Even at the deepest point, the Mariana Trench, we don't form Ice 9. But on other planets that are even like super, super deep, with the extreme pressures going on down there, you do end up making a like this Ice 9 situation. It's so awesome. I just wish there was a way for us to grab it. Or at least see it, you know? What did I remember? Where did I read about that? I want to say it was like a Discovery Channel or something. So it's just ice? It's not ice because it's not cold. It's just ice created by pressure. Sir, focus on your game. I am focusing on the game. Oh, so hi, Nemi. But yeah, I think that whole phenomena with like super Earths creating like super pressurized ice. Not even ice. It's some other. They call it ice, but it's not ice. It's super cool. Another reason why the universe is amazing, even if the space can be really scary. Shush! I went to bed at 6 a.m. yesterday. Ow! Damn. When the bottles hit anything, it sounds like glass, but the glass is really fucking cold. You made a deadly weapon there, D&D. As if that's fine. Nemi can't sleep. Nemi, sleep. I mean, I stayed up till like 5 a.m. last night, but that's on me. That's literally all on me. Indeed, with a solid waxwork limb, one could deliver a very substantial blow. How could you? Bad cow. Okay, but to be fair, I was staying up playing Age of Empires. Okay? I was getting my ass rocked by Extreme AI, who I feel like might be cheating AI, but I can't tell. But they were really good at getting, like, like triple my points. The hand protruding from the bottom of your cape. It ought to be a right hand, but closer inspection reveals that in fact it's a left hand. And somewhat masculine as well. In other words, it does not belong to you, madam. It is the hand of a waxwork model. Some of the visitors in my museum can be troublesome. They meddle with the exhibits and cause damage. So you mean that arm... Yes, this gentleman saw fit to try to remove it as a souvenir. No small keepsake. Like taking a whole branch of a cherry tree when you go to view the blossoms. They are, plus they move quicker than you. By the time you got barracks up, they got a barracks, archery range, and stable up already. What? I gotta watch a video on someone taking out the Extreme AI then. I want to see how fast you have to be at the game for that. Because the only reason I picked an Extreme AI was to see how I was, like, how I, you know, stacked up against them. Needless to say, I didn't stack up at all against them. They ran over me. There's just nothing but elite elephants, trebuchets, rams, and a whole bunch of whatever the hell those Vietnamese soldiers are that throw spears at you. It'd be a lethal weapon if I could actually pick it the fuck. I am afraid I had to teach the man a lesson. Did you? What did you do? You confronted the man and tried to take the arm back. And the result's the scene we see before us. He was knocked unconscious. A point we may need to revisit later, but for the time being, we have our conclusion. Yes, the killer in this special exhibit has been kidnapped. Womp womp. Maybe it's a cocktail code toad? Now you're just making up words. The question that arises then is what has become of the waxwork that changed hands? Let us consider that problem for a moment. You cannot possibly know. What immediately strikes me about this conundrum is the young man standing over there. Actually, you know what? That might actually be his hand. Cocktail Molotov, but cold. Okay, so we're in Fantasyland then? Okay, what was that thing? Legend of Zelda did it, right? With the ice arrows? It's kind of like that. According to Mr. Sholmes, the yellow neckerchief is a sign to other policemen that some crime is underway. A way of communicating with his colleagues without revealing his identity, yes. It's a secret that's closely guarded by Scotland Yard. And Mr. Sholmes didn't hesitate to give away. Well, uncovering secrets is in any of the true detective's nature, of course. Right. Anyway, judging from Madame Tussbell's reaction to Mr. Sholmes' deduction, I think perhaps we might not have identified the man quite correctly. Are you sure about that? What the? The man has a stub sticking out of his shoulder where his arm should be. Ah, well that settles that then. Right. This isn't a real person at all. The entire arm's been ripped off from the shoulder down. His arm has been... Of course, that ties in with what we just found out. Yeah, what about it? The other guy? I can't see the other guy. Okay, well, there's that. Yes, but in bottle form. So, ice bottle? Ice bottle arrows? Who is this fellow? To find the answer, we need only observe his shoulder stub. Why am I getting the Monty Python feeling from this guy? No such boneless human walks this earth. Of that I can assure you. Except for Peter Griffin. Yes, but it doesn't shoot out of anything. It shoots out of your arm. The motion of throwing is shooting. Yeah, let that sink in for a minute. The motion of throwing is technically shooting. You are shooting the bottle from your arm. Zoe, stop biting me. I did the motion of throwing a bottle, and she's like, I'm gonna bite your hand. And now she's grabbing my hand. Why? Oh my god, Zoe. Why? Why do you have to grab my entire hand for? Ow! Why do you have to bite it now? Zoe. Zoe. I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't doing anything. All I was doing was doing the motion. The motion, Zoe. The motion. The motion of throwing something from your hand is the motion of shooting. You throw it from your hand, it's a shoot. You throw it from your hand, it's a shoot. My cat never wants me to have fun. She's just anti-fun. Stops me from all having fun. In other words, the man standing here, the young Sergeant John Clay, is in fact defying all odds, a waxwork model. I seem to remember it was you who concluded he was a real person in the first place, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, yes, throw him under the bus. He has become quite a celebrity in London, being the winner of no less than 3 policing awards last year. I simply had to make a model of the man. Naturally, what other explanation could there be? And it was this detective's arm that was pulled off by the man on the floor in the special exhibit, wasn't it? Next, we turn our attention to the man sat before him with the particularly unsightly visage. I've been watching closely, and he hasn't moved a muscle almost. In fact, as if he were a waxwork. But your reaction only confirms my suspicions, madam. I noticed it at once, of course. Observe. The through pence tag. The telltale sign that instantly proves whether or not this old man is a waxwork is the tag. A killer policeman called Ottermole, was it? Was he well known? It was all over the papers last year, but I can't say that I know what he looks like. It's a very low price, though. 3 pence isn't much money. Like, how much? D&D. What is 3 pence? What is 3 pence? Do you guys still have pence? Is that just 3 pennies? It's just pennies, right? That's it. Only enough for a few measly hours of gas in Mr. Garadib's delightful lodgings, in fact. Right, mate, I gotta go. I gotta see family tomorrow. Cheers. Alright, D&D, take care. Consider my question some other day, then. Have a good night. Oh my god, my nose. So this is the special killer taken from the special exhibit, is it? The waxwork that somebody stole from the museum and tried to ransom for 200 pounds. Is this crusty old killer policeman Ottermole? Really? Perhaps we should have a good look around again and see if another idea crops up. Oh, let me answer the question. What is this price tag, by the way? Is it for the wax model or the scarf? What's a what? What is a pence? Do you guys have pence over there at all? Still? Is it just a penny? Like 1 pence is just 1 penny, if you think about it. 3 pence is a far cry from 200 pounds, isn't it? For 3 pence, you could buy it and put it on display in your room, you know? Pretty much. Okay, that's fair enough then. Alright, thank you, D&D. Have a good night. Make sure you drink some water on your way out. I think I'd rather not go to sleep being watched by an old man, if that's all the same to you. This price tag does stand out, doesn't it? I mean, you couldn't even buy the helmet on his head for that much money, I don't think. I wonder what the price tag's really for, then. The scarf? It's gotta be for the scarf. Wait, what? What? Huh? What? Anyway, so I could play Hollow Knight. You should play Hollow Knight. It's such a fun game. Even the base game is fun. Even the DLC is fun. Look at this! The old man's tapping his foot like crazy! He seems to be fast asleep, though. He's not tapping his foot consciously, then? So you mean... it must be a Twitch! A Twitch! Twitch chat! Wait, no, we don't have Twitch chat. I was saying H should I already have... oh, never mind. Never mind that. The point is, waxworks don't tap their feet. Or Twitch. Twitch chat! Do you have already? Oh, yeah. I'm still waiting for Silksong, though. Whenever the hell that's gonna come out. And look at his arm, too. We've seen a scarf like that somewhere else around here, haven't we? I don't believe it. It's the secret sign that lets other detectives know that some criminal activity is underway. Yes, it's a slightly strange choice of outfit if he was trying to go unnoticed. He must be a detective disguised as a policeman. Or a detective disguised as a waxwork model of a policeman. It doesn't look like he's clever enough to think of something like that, though. Perhaps you should try to be a little more polite about him, Iris. So, wait, what are we trying to... The telltale sign that instantly proves whether or not this old man is a waxwork is the obvious Twitch. Yeah, obvious Twitch. The Twitch! Man, Twitch! The telltale sign that instantly proves is the obvious twitch. Even the most realistic waxworks do not exhibit a twitch. Not yet. In other words, this splendid old man is in fact a genuine member of Scotland Yard. Slight shift in your choice of adjectives then. And there you have it. Well, Madam Tussbells, well, what? It was me who contacted the police and demanded that someone come in the first place. He is clearly fatigued. He is sound asleep. But then, what's this tag showing a price of 3 pence? No doubt the price tag of the muffler which the old Bobby purchased recently at a local market. And I presume you've observed the scarf tied around his arm. Does that not strike you, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, the secret sign, used by detectives to show some sort of criminal activity is currently underway. Of course, because, as you know, there has been just such criminal activity happening here. As you deduced from the very beginning, Detective. So, it would seem that we finally arrived at the truth. The waxwork of the especially ruthless killer from the special exhibit has been kidnapped. And you were going to pay the ransom for it. And Scotland Yard are already investigating. But the model's whereabouts remain a mystery. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this horrifying puzzle. But we still haven't even gotten our original question answered about what the fuck is... What about Van Zeeks? Still a mystery. Was that even a deduction? We learned nothing from that. All sorts of people visit my museum here. Men and women, young and old. Sometimes they drop in just for a short time on their way back from the pub. I welcome them all. But if anyone tries to damage my exhibits, I do not take it lightly. Anyway. God, I can't get over how cute she is, dude. It's the hat, it's the hair, it's the eyes, it all does it for me. She's just so fucking cute that you just want to protect her for some reason. At least I do. I'm just a cow, so I can say that. Well, I can't protect her, but I'm a cow who says she's cute. If she's cute, she's cute. Maybe I should get Luis a hat like that. Which outfit? Your great deduction was even more enchanting than I had been led to believe. It was a pleasure, my dear madam. I'm gratified that you enjoyed the spectacle. And as for your rough customer, I've no doubt he'll regain consciousness shortly and return home. What concerns me more is the waxwork from the special display, if it was indeed genuinely abducted. Yes, tragically it was. And I would ask you to recount to us the events surrounding the stolen waxwork. In as much detail as possible, if you please. We're running around a lot, aren't we? Very well, but after I have told you what I know, I must insist that you return to your work. The talents of a great detective could be put to better use, I feel, but as you wish. Wow, this is like the first time I finally get to present stuff to her. Man, man, this investigation is going long. Madam, there's something I have to show you. Yes, what is that? I remarked on it to myself immediately, and I've been very curious since. Ah, well, it's actually the mark of a defense lawyer and the Empire of Japan. Oh, quel dommage. Not quite as interesting as that. What exactly were you expecting from an armband? Can I show you this? Oh, how fascinating. Look at that. Okay, it's the smile, dude. The smile does it too. No, sorry, it's a piece of evidence. Why would you want to show me this? You can only wax lyrical about wax. Is that it? Is that it? Yep. I would be surprised if she knew anything about the crossbow. I would be surprised if you knew anything about the canvas as well. That's what I figured. Alright, let's converse. The stolen waxwork. Tell us more about the stolen waxwork, please. It was some days ago now when I came in here one morning. I immediately noticed that a waxwork was missing from the special exhibit here. It is your most prominent display, so that's why the curtains were closed. And I found the ransom note in its place. The culprit must have broken in during the night and taken it then? So this waxwork that was stolen, it was a model of some horrible criminal, I suppose? Of a particularly horrible criminal, in fact. A killer who left a more profound scar on society than any other, I would say. The Professor. Oh boy! Not a name I've heard of. So, Mr. Naruhodo, it seems the circle is complete. Sorry? The Professor case happened around the time I was born, didn't it? Indeed it did, Iris. 10 years ago, a series of murders that rocked the capital. 10 years ago? Yes, at exactly the time that Barak von Zeeks graduated from university, in fact. What? Okay, I thought we were going in a complete runaround to nowhere. The fact it linked up like this? Surely he's not saying. So the big event that changed Mr. Reaper's life? As you've surmised, it was the Professor case. Who was this Professor, then? Tell us more! It was a series of gruesome murders that had all of London gripped in terror a decade ago. After 5 victims were killed, the man was arrested and put to death. And now he's immortalized here in wax for all Londoners to admire and enjoy. Though, of course, he happens to be absent at present, on account of the abduction. But I don't understand. How is all of this related to Lord Van Zeeks? You must first understand, my dear fellow, why it is that the Professor earned such infamy. It was due to the victims he chose, some of Whitehall's finest. What do you mean, Hurley? Those murdered by the Professor were some of the highest members of the British aristocracy. Members of the nobility, even royalty. It sent shockwaves through the country's administration. Members of the... Ah, wait, of course! Even what Professor Harebrained said. Lord Van Zeeks is from a family with noble blood. Oh gosh! Okay, that links up pretty well. It was the 5th victim that led to the Professor's arrest. The last of the killer's prey was a young noble by the name of... Clint Van Zeeks. Ooh. I don't believe it! Van Zeeks! I'm sure you can piece together the rest for yourself. In the wake of his older brother's murder, the young Barak pursued a career as a prosecutor, and eventually became the Reaper we know today. Damn. I had no idea Lord Van Zeeks had such a tragic past. A shitty past. Well, I'm afraid that's all I can say on the matter, for the time being at least. After all, I have work to do. As a waxwork exhibit. I'm afraid I shall have to excuse myself as well. Oh yes, of course. It's been a pleasure, thank you. Okay, well now we know what's going on there. Well, none of the predicted scenarios I've been analyzing involved you coming to visit me here. What the heck? He's visiting Van Zeeks? I'm sorry, Van Zeeks is visiting Harebrained? It's been too long, it really has. I'm delighted to see you, Barak. It's been 10 years, and here we are meeting in a prison of all places. I can't forgive myself for what happened to Mr. Asman. I just can't. I still can't believe it could happen. Tomorrow the court will decide. Yes. I have a young Eastern man acting for my defense. He seems reliable enough, though. It was an accident, a terrible accident. He assures me he can prove it. I must warn you. Oh, I know, I've heard already. You're going to be prosecuting, aren't you? Yes. Since I returned to England, I've heard lots of stories. Yes? Hi, Nemi. What's up? Barak, are you really... What? Never mind. I know that you have my best interest at heart. In an earthquake, you'd be called a milkshake. So what you're saying is all my milkshakes bring all the boys to the yard. Right? My friend is on trial. I wouldn't entrust it to anybody else. Of course, I fully understand. Thank you, Barak. Barak. Until tomorrow, then. I'll see you in court. Weird, interesting. Show the udders, show the jiggles. Do I have to? Oh my god, it's over! I can't believe it. Yeah, udder. Look at them jiggles. I like how also the little thing right there in OBS turns full green because I have to go to VTuber Studio to do that, and because I'm doing a display capture, I can't move there. I can't move the display capture anywhere else. Oh man. Oh god. Oh, hi Zoe, how you doing? Hey. You stretchy little kitty. Sucks to be you for getting sick and then getting me sick. Yeah, well, what am I gonna do about it? All I can do right now is watch my cat yawn in my face and rub her face up against my microphone. Little sleepy kitty, did you enjoy the window? Alright, let's continue. I think my voice can handle maybe a little more, but maybe not by that much. "23rd of October, 8:52 a.m. The Old Bailey, Defendant's Antechamber. Cocky Boo, drink something. I have been drinking water left and right. Did you get some tea? No, I don't have any tea right now, sadly. There's no tea in the house. My mom is asking me to go and buy some food. Yeah, no, we ran out of tea. I've been drinking too much tea, that's why. So we ran out. Can you believe that? We might have like a, one of my mom's teas, but I don't like the tea that my mom drinks. It doesn't taste good. I can't believe it's been 6 months since I was last allowed to work in court. Also, no, seriously, my mom is literally just texted me being like, go buy Jack in the Box, please. Honestly, this might be a good excuse to stop the stream, protect my voice a bit, and, like, go eat. Honestly, I might do that. It'd be a really short stream, but I did say that talking a whole bunch really does damage my voice a lot. Is still damaging my voice a bit. You're not supposed to like it. You're supposed to warm... It's supposed to warm up your throat, you idiot. Fair point. But if the taste is not good, I'm not gonna drink it. What are you doing, Zoe? She's trying to get into my drawer. Hey, stop it. Stop it. Stop it, little one. Okay, I'm actually gonna go ahead and stop the stream for the day then. Make sure my voice doesn't fall apart more. I mean, I'm not 100% better yet, so... Wouldn't want to, like... Can you stop biting me? I wouldn't want to do more damage to it. See, yeah. We'll maybe pick this up tomorrow, but... I'm still hesitant to do Ace Attorney because of the... I'm really surprised I didn't get a really horrible cough. Anywho, thank you guys for watching. Tomorrow, if it's not Ace Attorney, it might just be, like... something that doesn't involve that much talking. Maybe like Hollow Gear or something. I don't know. I'll think about it. Anyway, have a good morning, everyone. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening. And have a good night. And I will see you tomorrow or Tuesday, depending on what the heck I decide to do. Alright, bye-bye. Bye, Nemi. Bye, everyone.